All right, guys. Good day. Good day. Let's get right into it. There isn't really much to work with. As you can see, I don't have any lines on my chart besides all-time high here on NAS, previous daily high, and then these overnight sessions, which are not even in the picture at the moment. All right, so what I'm thinking is we have these pre-market highs here, which will probably be taken out. I can get rid of this. And I want to give the market a chance to continue higher. That's the name of the game so far, right? And then when I'm looking, I can see that YM is pretty bullish here. We get this flip immediately, and we have a nice distance until we can hit that all-time high. I'll mark off some previous weekly highs in between all-time high here. Because, YM has been taking its time working its way back up. So it may not go straight to all-time highs today. It may draw to something more intermediate here. So yeah, I'm just paying attention to how price is shaping up now that we have this 930 open. We see price drive back into this imbalance here. Nice. So this could be where price literally builds 5-minute structure to continue. Notice that 5-minute EMA holding price at the moment. So I would just look for price to start flipping these bearish candles. Let's go to the 4-minute, see if there's anything on the lower time frames. Yeah, so this candle right here gets my attention because of it shows up on both charts. You see how this candle has a bearish candle, this one has a bullish candle. I want the one that shows bearish on both. So I would want to see price just get above here before I even consider taking a trade. 1025. Yeah, and then if you really, if you really want to jump the gun, you can say, all right, well, we already got this shift here, which this right here would let you get a head start as to what price is really trying to do. Because if price drives back into this area here and it holds up, then you should expect lower before higher. Clean shifting structure, right? You see price close through this, move higher, flip bearish, right? So price could maybe want to continue a little lower through, tapping to something down here before going higher. That's perfectly fine. Give you something like this before continuing. Or you might get a bearish day for the first time in a few days. You might get a rebalance type of trading day where price rebalances. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. We gap down and haven't pulled back at all. So maybe Friday, we get some sort of a Fibonacci retracement here. 0.38, 0.5, something of that nature. So I'm chilling here, man. We do have a valid break of structure here on the pre-market. However, 930 will either confirm or invalidate what we see here. So I also like this demand zone right here. It's a pre-market demand, but you see this attempt to go lower. So you can even mark this just to be aware, right? If price respects this, then it's probably going to be a simple break and retest for a continuation. So I'll highlight that. And then we'll see what price has in store here. YM has these areas here. that EMA is pretty much giving it away though, right? See how even though we break structure here, we still have EMA support. So that right there is a good look for the buys. Yeah, man, good week so far. Hopefully everyone's having a solid trading week. Hopefully it's crazy. It's crazy. I watch a few different traders online, right? On YouTube while I trade or while I wait for a trade or whatever. I didn't see anyone catch the buys that we caught yesterday. But when you get on social media, everybody's posting about the same buy trade, and I'm just like, I wish more people would trade live, bro. Like, just get on and trade live, bro. I really just want to see how most of these traders approach the markets. Not to copy your trades, just as a form of entertainment, bro. But yeah, most people aren't. They're not gonna do it. They're afraid, right? They're afraid to trade, or they don't. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't trade online for free if you're making money trading. I don't know. Unless you're just trying to make more money from subscriptions and making people pay to watch. But at that point, you know, I don't think I would ever pay somebody to watch them trade simply because unless you have the time to sit there and watch the entire stream. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to sit there and watch a 2-hour stream or a 3-hour stream all the way through? So we're starting to see this accumulation effect here. 930 opened, right? We swept. Did we sweep this low? Looks like equal lows here. So we have this low sitting on top of this order block. I think we get one more drive lower, if you ask me. One drive lower to manipulate here. Maybe even retest that previous daily high before going higher. That would be cool. So I'm chilling right now. You guys have any questions? Jump in the chat. Iran has officially opened the Strait of Hormuz. That's good news. Also, I didn't even check the news forecast. 11:30 the 17th, we have Fed daily speaking. U.S. banker, oil rig. Yeah, so not much going on today. Here we go. Looks like that push could be on the way. I'm gonna step aside here and just wait. Like, I don't I don't really care to get in unless the volume is similar to what we've been seeing. You know? There we go. Come on. There we go. Where would price be drawing, right? You can look to your left and see these down close candles that could easily be retested. So yeah, let's give this a little bit more time. It's probably gonna be more of like a 10 a.m. type of setup. But just make sure you're paying attention to the power of three, right? What is price doing early on inside of these new 30-minute candles? And what is price doing at the end of that 30-minute candle, right? So we open, we open higher, take out these highs. Now we're pulling back into this order block. You want to see how price responds at this previous resistance. We see this level has already been held up a couple times. Let's see if this continues to hold. Nothing else to do until that happens, right? $9.30 candle. So we're starting to see a bit of manipulation show here. This candle is going to close with SMT off the low. That's a good look so far. I see some people drawing up this flip right here now on the lower time frame. They want to see this change in the state here for a buy, which is pretty much the same concept, but on a 1 minute chart, or you see price offer this SMT here. Nice divergence here. Looking for price to flip the leg that created that divergence. Yeah, I can understand that. If you're a, if you're a 1 minute trader, this could be your entry point. Me personally, I feel like you don't miss anything by trading the 1 minute or the 5 minute. It's the same trade. Same exact trade. Look how this level's holding up nicely. So yeah, you can start looking at this. The scary part is, what do you notice? It's pretty much the macro. We're opening up very strong here on this 5 minute candle. There could be a nice wick type activity here if this candle doesn't close too strong in the next 3 minutes. We have to wait for that closure. And for anyone that's like struggling with trading, or anyone's new to trading, waiting for the closure on whatever your higher time frame confirmations are, waiting for the closures is probably one of the most underestimated skills that you need. It's easy to see this, and I've done it time and time again myself. It's easy to see this and be like, yo, this is gonna close bullish. Let me just draw up the trade now and get in before it runs without me, right? And there's going to be trades that actually run without you, but then there's going to be more trades that fake you out here, and this closes very bearish within the next 2 minutes or so. It'll just wick it. And that's happened to me more times than, getting in right now and being like, all right, this is what I want to see. Let me just get in. Every time I've done that personally, it pulls back, stops you out, makes you pay for being impatient, right? So here, I'm just going to wait for this to close. If I miss it, I miss it. But one thing that we've been really good at lately is catching that reaccumulation, that second stage delivery, third stage delivery, which is something that I've added over the past couple weeks. Just the more you trade, right? The more you trade your strategy, the more comfortable you get. And then over time, you start noticing things that you didn't see in the beginning, all that type of stuff, right? So my strategy's really come a long way. And small details like this is what keep me ahead of the markets. All right, so we have a minute and a half here. A nice closure above would be phenomenal. And this could be your area of interest for higher right here. So we fail to tap into here, which is fine. All right, that's a-okay for me. But we do tap into this. No, we barely. Yeah, we do tap into it, but I don't really care for that. I like to focus on the extremes, right? You could easily say that, oh, we tapped into this bearish candle here. That could be enough, which is true. But when you're looking for a discounted entry, meaning you're looking for the best entry possible, which makes it A+, you want to see the extremes tapped into. We didn't tap into it here, so if it's not going to tap here, this is where you get that reaccumulation, second stage delivery, where price tries to tap into it, fails, right? Fails to tap into it, and then creates a new flip. And then here you go, look. YM is giving you the flip. YM is the one that needs to hurry up and go bullish, right? Meanwhile, ES hit all-time highs, right? If I zoom out, you'll see it down here. ES hit all-time highs on the futures. So NASDAQ is the one that hasn't, and YM hasn't. You see YM giving you no issues on the buys. Here, if you bought this on the 1 minute, you just had to survive this wick. But this wick is almost going to give you the answer, right? If price doesn't want to get underneath here and starts flipping again, that's going to be your cue. So how I'm going to trade this is I want to see a power of 3 here. We're getting the break on ES. So the 4 minute might be my cue here. Yep, there it is, right? So the 4 minute ends up being my cue for the flip, meaning when this bearish candle gets closed through, that's my cue. Right, so now that we've been a little patient and we can see that price looks like it really wants to go higher again, I can start drawing up certain areas that I want to see price maintain for that power of 3 concept, right? So we're, 5 minutes away from 10 a.m. With that, I want to see 10 a.m. offer a drive into this green zone here and give me an entry confirmation to take it higher. All-time highs is not that far on NASDAQ. ES already taken out that all-time high. YM, same exact deal here. So everything looks pretty bullish across the board. So therefore, that part of my analysis is pretty much clean and clear. All right, I'm gonna draw this up on ES. I may take this on ES. It just depends on which chart is stronger when it's time for price to deliver. All right, cool. I need to see a drive into here. Really nice. All right, cool. Pretty solid area of interest here. This is all I'm looking for. Retrace into here, maintain it. And I want to trade this higher. So I'm going to get ready for that. Could be a quick session today, similar to yesterday's trade. I think 10 a.m. gives a deeper drive though. 10 a.m. could drive very aggressively lower. So that's why I'm being patient here. Don't want to get in before that new 30-minute candle opens and offers that open low, right? So that's what I'm waiting for. I think you have like a 1 minute or a 2 minute confirmation on this this flip here. Yeah. You got this SMT, you get the change in the state, you get the retest. We're even holding this down close candle nicely right now. This is nice. Make this yellow. Lower time frame order block holding up price on top of that change in the state. You'll notice that ES hasn't tapped into it. ES is holding the upper down close candle. So let's see here. 4-minute chart may be my go-to here. Yeah, I like that 4-minute chart. So what's probably going to happen is we're probably going to take this high here on ES and then pull back, or we're just going to open up at 10 a.m. and just pull back first. But it's important to wait for that pullback. Yeah, we're going to go with NQ today. Looks like ES may scam lower. YM makes a new high, right? So you're expecting to pull back on YM. ES jumping the gun here. NASDAQ not even bothering going higher yet. But the EMA is a really important checkpoint here. Price is holding it nicely. Let's see what 10 a.m. does. Hopefully it goes lower, bro. But if it does skyrocket here, I'll have to catch the next move. 40 is pushing right now. I think it scams lower though. This looks too clean. You know what I mean? This is super clean, but you do get that tiny SMT here, and that literally could be enough to send this on its way. All right, yeah, so 28 seconds left. We're about to close. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, that works. Let's close above these candles though. It's important to close above here. If we don't close above here in the next 15 seconds, watch what happens. It's going to reject this more times than not. Reject that level, push back, sweep out early buyers, and then give you a clean entry. Uh-oh. Look at it. Close right up under it. 10 a.m. Pull back. Activate it. I love this setup though. This is nice, kid. This is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely take this buy. Just looking for a drive back down into here, man. Just one of those manipulation moves lower. Ideally, it'll happen soon. Let's go. I guess not. I guess not. What's gonna happen is ES is gonna take this high, and then that pullback is gonna happen. It's coming though. If it doesn't, then I would be very, very impressed with how generous price is today. We clearly know where price is going, right? But that's not the hard part. That's easy. We can do that every day of the week. The hard part is getting in at the best entry price with the safest stop loss, so that no matter what price does, you hit your TP. If I buy here, my stop would have to be way down here for me to be completely safe in this trade. And I understand that that's not the risk to reward that I would want to take. Right? So what a lot of traders are going to do is they're going to go break even once ES takes this high, like everyone else does, right? The typical. But then what's going to happen? It's going to take the high and come stop you out at break even. So you're basically asking for yourself to be stopped at break even, instead of just waiting for it to take the high and then pulling back and getting in on the pullback. Right? If I get in on this pullback, then I can target whatever I need to target without getting stopped at break even. 1.5, something like that. Yeah, the pullback is on the way though. I'm not buying this just yet. We have no pullback over here. ES is about to take this high. It's only 10:02, right? Keep in mind, the market just opened 30 minutes ago. You know how many people have been bullish since yesterday? The market needs to manipulate something. So let's just wait for that, right? 4-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 4-minute chart, close, boom, boom. have to get in if I can find a safe stop. All right, yeah, so this looks like it's about to rip. I just want to wait for this high to get taken first, so. I'm gonna take the high real quick. Because if I'm looking like being very technical about this, we still haven't closed through there on the 4 minute. But yeah, you could say, yeah, just chill. Eli, come here. Come here. You could argue that I could buy this here, but then I would say, why would I buy it when we're about to take this high? You're asking for drawdown. And YM's already taking that high as well. Close through. But this isn't textbook though for me as well. Like even if I was like gonna take this, it wouldn't be the same exact setup that I would typically take. And the catch is this right here. So we saw this move up. You see this drive into it at 952, right? Notice ES closed slightly above this candle. This candle closed bearish. So that right there is not in sync enough to make me want to wait. And then over here on the 5 minute, we literally just closed through. There we go. All right, now let's get this pullback. A pullback right here would make me feel like the GOAT. No pullback would make me upset. Because I know where it's going. I'm just trying to get the best entry price here. Let's see if we get that aggressive pullback. We closed through it here on the 5 minute for the first time. That's what makes me think it's going to pull back. We closed through it for the first time. The 4 minute chart is kind of throwing me off, man. This sucks. If we don't pull back here, it sucks because the 4 minute gives you a clean setup. We're waiting for price to flip. There goes your flip right there. So now you want to see price pull back into one of these candles here. I think it will. I think it has to, man. I think it has to. If not, I'll just laugh. Now's the day you just want to be extremely bullish with no pullback whatsoever. Even yesterday's trading pulled back after taking highs out, right? Even yesterday's bullish activity was pulling back Thursday, right? You see price taking out highs. It was pulling back aggressively. If you were trying to just buy this right away, you were getting ripped. We waited for the pullback. We got the perfect entry, right? You know what I mean? So that's what I have to play it safe again today. But it looks like price does not care about pulling back right now. However, just in case it does, this is my game plan. We have the close through here. I just need to see price retest here. Either this gray box or this green box. And then notice 10 a.m. really didn't drive lower at all, bro. 10 a.m. is a bullish open. Yeah, I think it's about to dump, guys. If you ask me, Power 3 says don't fall for it. What do you guys think, bro? What are you guys thinking, man? Did anyone click the buy button there? I see some people, like I said, on YouTube, they're already in. They're in on the buys on NASDAQ here. Let's see what Lumi's up to. Yeah, everyone's in on the buys, bro. And this looks like it's going to run, bro. YM is not stopping. That's the catch here. YM is the one leading the way today. You see how the markets are? They take turns, and it's important for you to watch all three. Some days NASDAQ will be leading the way. Other days YM or ES, right? If you don't know which one's leading the way, you could literally miss out on the easiest trades. Like yesterday, we knew Nasdaq was leading the way on the buys, or ES, whichever one you wanted. Take a buy there. All right. So what am I looking for? Hold on. Make this green, not gray. So there's your initial order block. Closes through it, pulls back into it. We get the flip. Once you get that flip, you're looking for price to just retest this area. 10 a.m. is in there also, so it's likely going to drive in here. Drive back under 10 a.m. or retest 10 a.m. some sort of way. Ideally, if not, it's a scam. And then you have same thing over here. We broke it, pulled back, closed through it. So now you have that area plus this area. Yeah, so now you have this area over here. Boom, 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 close through. What if it's like doing this on another time frame? Close through. Yeah, no, we haven't pulled back, bro. I just need to pull back. Pull back. This is tough, man. Because I don't know if it really cares enough about us to be logical today, or is it just gonna randomly pop because it just wants to get the buys over with, you know what I mean? It looks like it's just gonna rip, man. All right. I love how 930 held, right? I love how there's a slight SMT, which is a sign that price is actually gonna rip. Yeah, I almost forgot. Anytime you see those really subtle, small SMTs, price usually goes really quick to TP in those scenarios. Definitely seen that time and time again, and you can see it here as well. This slight dip, ES just ran to that high. But part of me thinks we're about to see it. I like to note little things like this, right? Why was ES weaker here, right? ES takes the low. NASDAQ does not take the low. Yet ES races to the high before NASDAQ. That's scam activity. ES, I thought you were weaker. I thought you were the weaker asset here. NASDAQ, I thought you were stronger, yet you're not going anywhere. Right? Stuff like that catches my attention. Makes me want to wait a little bit. This 4 minute has to be the sauce right now, though. Close through, pull back, break. Has to be the sauce right now. And it's identical with that 5 minutes on. Yeah. So that's all I'm looking for, man. If I get that, you'll see me catch the longs. All right, there we go. So now I want to see ES make an effort to go lower here, right? This is exactly what I was talking about, right? A lot of people are going to take this buy on NASDAQ because it's super obvious, but you're not noticing ES is about to take this high. Once ES take this high, you're almost guaranteed some sort of pullback or something, and it's going to stop you at break even. And you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm done trading for the day, when really you just don't know what you're doing. Because if you're truly bullish, all you have to do is really wait for a pullback, get in here. Now you're in the trade where it would have stopped you out at break even, and the trade will run, right? But for me, I understand that I should be able to catch an entry if we can pull back here. I don't like this pullback on ES, so I don't think I'm going to buy this. That's not what I'm looking for here at all. This is starting to get ridiculous. We're probably going to crash here in a few minutes. Way too bullish. Not even a speck of a pullback here compared to NASDAQ, which NASDAQ's supposed to be stronger, but NASDAQ is now giving us signs that it just doesn't want to go higher. All right, if we can start getting some bearish closures in here on the 5-minute, I'll start looking to short ES so it can start making sense, right? This makes no sense. You were weaker here, you take the high first, and you still fail to pull back. I can't trust that. But yeah, everyone I'm watching on YouTube right now just got stopped at break even, and they're gonna pretend like that was a good trade. Like, oh, well, I'm done for today. Looks like I just got stopped break even. When really you just gave yourself break even. If you're gonna trade this before ES takes that high, when you see how close it was, you might as well not touch the trade, right? Don't move break even. Just let the trade go, because once that high is taken, your chances of getting stopped at break even skyrocket. So if we can start closing underneath this bullish candle here, this would be a good sign for lower. If we can get ES to start closing underneath it as well. All right. Because ES is still above 10 a.m., we expect a drive underneath 10 a.m. What is that noise? I don't know. Man, I would love to see this sell off. I'm telling you guys, I would love to see this sell off. ES is almost a little bit too strong here. Start getting some bearish closes here. Come on. Like, if this ends up going bullish, I don't even know if I want to buy NASDAQ, right? I want to buy the strongest one. So I would rather buy ES if I'm going bullish. But look at where ES is. I would have to wait for ES to give me a good discount. This is starting to look like it just refuses to go lower. Look at this, bro. What is this, man? Let's check the 2-minute. All right, so yeah, I could do that. Let me see. I think I can draw up a trade here. Let me see. We had a close through here. So any drive back into here. 5-minute candle was at 9:55. All right, so at 9:55, where were we tapping into? Here it is right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try this, man. If we can get this yellow zone, so you see this big, massive move lower. We went lower, closed above it here at 9:50. Tap into it here at 9:54. Nice move out of it. Now 10 a.m. is upon us. And what do you see? Price is driving right back into this yellow zone. And if we can get another change here, I think I'll try this, bro. I'm giving it enough time to try and go lower. And it's just super strong all across the board here. So I would just take advantage of this pullback. If we can flip here on the 2-minute chart, put my stop down here and just give price a chance to run now. 1.5. If we're super bullish, we should rip. All right, a nice move above here would be fine. However, the sad part is ES, like I mentioned, it's just refusing, bro. Just pull back for us, man. It makes this trade so much simpler. All right, because we have this same setup over here on ES. Down close candle, close through it, tap into it, push higher. So if we can just get a retest of this area on ES, you know, something like this where we just drive into it barely, go higher, and then you get NASDAQ pushing deeper to sweep if it wants to, and then goes higher, that would be textbook trading, right? That would be waiting for the market to act like it's bearish. Because right now, this is just way too bullish. There's no explanation for any other trade. And that's when you got to start thinking, I don't want the trades that are clear and obvious and just screaming, hey, buy, buy, buy. Nothing's telling you to sell this, right? Those are the trades I don't want. I don't want to be buying when no one in the world is thinking about the short. I want to actually wait for those super easy setups to show some sort of manipulation before I try it. And that's what I'm doing right now, right? Giving price a chance to manipulate. If this is all it wants to do, it'll tell you that by respecting these timestamps. You see 10 a.m. right here. We respect 10 a.m., get back above the EMA, start closing through these bearish candles again. Then this tells me this is your manipulation. Good job, right? You waited for manipulation. Here goes that fake drive, lower. And this could be your next move higher. You get in above that high, 26,756. All right. Put your stop underneath the manipulation wick, about 60 points or so, and just look for your continuation higher. Wow, this is wild. What about silver and gold? What did they do? There goes your flip on silver and gold. Yeah. This is where I would be buying gold or silver, whichever one taps into it. So I think, yeah, it's about time to go. Gold gives you another confirmation. We should get a breakout here. Notice these bearish candles in our way. I'm just waiting for those to break. 26,757 would be a good entry price for me. If we can close above it, 60-point stop. Let's draw up these risk parameters. 60 points, 500 bucks. Okay, so let's cut that down. 5, maybe 7. Oh, 5 looks good, right? 4. Yeah, 4-point stop. I'm sorry, 4 contracts, 60-point stop. And let's go. I really don't think this goes though, bro. I'm hoping that it just stays underneath here and gives you that free fall that I'm expecting from ES. Nice accumulation above this high. Now let's just dip, kid. But you can't, you can't fight the fact that sometimes trading is this easy. Like sometimes it really is a simple continuation like this. So I'll play it because the rest of the week hasn't been this simple. So maybe this is the gift. Maybe this is your gift here. Gold should be respecting here. I need to see this respect this level right now. Or that's not going to be a good look. Come on, kid. All I'm asking for right now is if you're going to close above here, don't fake us out. Don't close above here just to pull back. And I'll be like, okay. If you're going to pull back, Nas, just stay underneath here and continue going lower like I would expect you to. That's all I'm asking here. But keep in mind, if we don't close above this on ES, I'm not taking it either. Nope. I need to see this level. The same candle that we're flipping. This 10. Okay, yeah. There we go. And it's 1030. Nice. So yeah, if we can get a strong close above here on both charts, I'll take it. If not, I'm not taking it. 35 seconds left. Let's see. Waiting for the closure, man. That's the name of the game, bro. Waiting for this closure. There we go. Gold showing some life as well. Showing some life as well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There it is. That looks good to me, right? Oh, don't take off yet. Oh, don't take off yet. Oh, don't take off like that, kid. I just have to put... Oh, don't take off like that, kid. You see how it's doing me today, man? I think it pulls back one more time, though. We're gonna get this fair value gap here. I'm looking for an entry down in here. Man, that's tough. That's tough, kid. I wanted to get in on that 2-minute close. Wait. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh, what did we just see here though? Oh, okay. All right, guys. All right. Maybe I played myself here. I should have just got in. I just wanted a good feel, bro. But what I'm thinking is this is about to pull back into that gap. How do I draw that up? It would be when we flip here. Bro, no way, bro. Oh no. Where would your TP be if you're in this trade? It would be 81s. Which would be how many points above this high? We had 11, about 40 points above that high. That high shit. Elijah, what you doing? All right, so yeah, how do I draw up this pullback, right? I would say that when price broke this level right here, this was an important zone. So if we're gonna pull back, I would want to see price pull back right into, let me go look at it, right? So yeah, when we closed through here at 10:15, what was holding price up? It was, there goes your pullback. Let's go, man. I think I'm gonna, whenever one of these taps into that gap, I'm just gonna move my order up into that gap. It should tap into here, man. It's back there now, right? Pretty much at that area of interest. But what I'm looking at is where did price close under? Yeah, it was this right here. Right here. This area right here is where price was holding up. What happened? Price closed through it, pushed into it, rejected, tapped 10 a.m. 10 a.m. flips all of this over here. Bro, come on, just pull back, bro. But once we flip all of that right there, I'm anticipating this leg right here to hold up, stops underneath here, like 550. This is scary though, bro, because Price could try and manipulate like a dummy right now and just drive deep into here because ES never pulled back. But we did get the breakout. We did get the flip. Maybe this is a 1 minute gap being filled right now. Okay, yeah, it is a 1 minute gap. There's also a gap underneath, 2 gaps underneath. So let's hope for that pullback. Elijah, what are you doing? What you doing? The price is at 26,764. Let's see if Brody got back in this buy. No. Everyone I'm watching on YouTube, they decided not to get back in the trade. It's interesting, right? Interesting to say the least. But I wouldn't even be surprised if something weird happens once NASDAQ takes this high, because I don't understand how ES is just so volatile. No effort to pull back whatsoever, like at all. And we don't even tap into this gap here. We just left it. I think it pulls back one more time, bro. Maybe what happens is because price is so bullish, we take this high and then pull back into here and then continue, because it's just so bullish. It's crazy. I wish trading was this easy, bro. Like every day, you know exactly where the market is going. Like it's not even hiding it whatsoever. Maybe after we take this high right here, price will pull back. Yeah, I think that's what's about to happen. I think this bearish candle was the first sign of bearishness potentially. And we probably won't close above it until we tap into here. I'd hope. Let's go, man. This is, you can't even really complain about this price action. This was so clean. It's just, it's almost like it knew I was going to try to get in at this closure. And it gave you the biggest push through. Remember, it was almost like barely not closing above it, and then the last minute, it just started to race. But hey, and we're tapping into this order block here. Yeah, it's gone. It is gone. Let's see. Oh, it is gone, kid. It's gonna pull back now. What? Some stuff is so weird, bro. Nice. So it's funny. I got an entry on one of my eval accounts, but I feel like eval just doesn't count. VIP definitely got the alert to get in. I don't know if they bought it right away, but VIP looks solid. All right, yeah. That was, but hopefully you guys at least saw what we were working on here. I caught this on my eval, but wasn't able to really get the entry I wanted. And this is going to be VIP floating about 75 points here. Here, let me alert them real quick. This is pretty much over with, guys. It decided not to pull back on me, which is fine, but I'm happy to see the markets actually showing that urgency, bro. If you guys have been trading, you know that this isn't a given. The market likes to play games a lot. All right, yeah. So VIP definitely caught that. Good job. I caught it on the eval here for about 600 bucks. But that right there, bro, this is the type of stuff that motivates you to be a trader. These types of days right here. You can catch 2 or 3 days like this out of the week and avoid all the nonsense and the garbage that the market is putting out. Look at this. Gold still hasn't gone anywhere. This should still rip. All right. This would have been 57. All right, yeah, copy this. Excellent. Yeah. So it's Friday. I wonder, should I stick around? What do you guys think? Let me see. Did anybody catch any trades so far today? Let's see. Did you guys get involved? Because I definitely got at least an eval passed off of that trade. Here, I'll show you guys. But that was because I'm okay with pulling the trigger a little bit early, and I still waited on the pullback. I think I got in around 70s here on my eval. Yeah. Yeah, I got in around 70s. But it's funny, right? That's how picky I've become as a trader. 70s, okay for an eval, but I wanted, what, 40? I wanted 56, 60s. And it came close to it. Like, that's the lame part, right? You can't tell me with this bearish candle, you wouldn't think, all right, price is going to just push deeper into here. Let me just wait on it. It's like, left it wide open and decided to go 75 points the opposite way. But yeah, I caught this on my eval, bro, but it is what it is. Eli, come here. It is what it is on the eval. VIP for sure caught that though. But like I mentioned, right, we were watching people on YouTube buy it here off of this 1 minute change in the state, which we highlighted, right? I've already I've already learned that model, and I understand that that model is just there's more to it, right? You can't just sit there and trade that and think that that's your secret sauce. We got that change in the state. You could have bought it off of here. If you're a good enough trader to say, all right, I'm not going break even. I don't care if those highs are taken. If you understand that you you have your bias and nothing's gonna change that, then I understand this buy right here. Putting an order right here, stop right here. The risk to reward is not the best. Actually, no, that's solid. 1.3. If this was your trade, you're a great trader. No break evens, no none of that, because you understand how bullish the market is, right? But a lot of people are just pattern traders, so they're not really even considering anything other than the pattern. So you see this, and then you see ES take the high, and all those traders go break even. And what does price make sure to do? Once that high was taken, price immediately trades back to break even to take out those traders, scare those traders, whatever you want to call it, and then gives you the real entry, right? This is the entry that we drew up, right? This is the trade that we were anticipating. And we're starting to get really good at this now. It's starting to get really, really consistent, you know? So that was an eval trade for me, simply because I didn't get the exact feel I wanted to on this fair value gap here. Instead, this ends up being a breakaway gap, and VIP looks like they're about to smack the full 1.5 here. All right, so that's the benefit of being in my VIP. I don't necessarily exit trades at the same time. I'll just tell you, like, all right, price, like right now I would tell them go break even, close some partials. 1.5R is basically about to be hit, right? So instead of like how I did on stream where I didn't even get in, VIP is a little bit more like this. When I think of my VIP, I think of A+ trade ideas, or at minimum A minus trade ideas, right? So entering right here 10 points early, it may not be A+, right? But it is an A setup. And in VIP, I'll just give them a bigger stop loss to make sure that if it does pull back, they're good, whatever. So that's the benefit of being in my VIP. You get the idea regardless of if I'm gonna be in it or not. Like here, I only got it on one eval, but it passed the eval. So it's, you know, this is basically a new funded account. I was about 500 or 600 bucks away from passing that account, which I bought on Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. Whenever Obi got on stream, I bought this on stream with Obi, passed it in 2 or 3 days. The volume has been that good, like, and it's almost becoming like a trend, bro, because last year I noticed around this time as well, March, April, May. I'm gonna close out VIP here. TP is pretty much slapped. Yeah, TP is pretty much good to go. All right, cool. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up, just because this week has been exactly what I could ask for. Added some more funded accounts, ended the week green on my funded accounts, and then we just get ready for next week. You know what I mean? It's 10:50. I know I could sit here and drop another trade, but it's Friday, so I'm gonna, like I said, bro, I'm gonna start accepting these wins. These are very therapeutic. These are good for your trading journey, good for your mental, good for your psycho. You know what I mean? And yeah. And if you're not trading the model that I trade, which is a simple power of 3, what do we say was going to happen at 10 o'clock? Price was either going to take the high and pull back, or price was going to open lower and go bang. And what happened? Price takes the high at 10 a.m., right? 10 a.m. is right here. What do we say? As soon as 10 a.m. hit, takes the high, then pulls back. We get a massive SMT on that pullback. So that's what made me consider, okay, this manipulation move may not be as aggressive as I would anticipate. Sometimes it may drive deep underneath and then go. Other times you'll see a simple minor pullback and then a strong rally when the market really knows what it wants, and it clearly wants all-time high here. So that's why this trade turns out to be excellent. The one thing I missed was my funded account fill and the stream fill, right? You guys, I don't know if you guys bought it earlier or what, but definitely would have liked to catch this on stream. But I did catch my piece of the pie. And VIP caught their piece. So what more could you ask for, right? What more could you ask for? All right, so I'm gonna drop this in my journal real quick, put some notes in. Hopefully you guys made some money off of that. A lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people traded this. Hopefully you didn't go break even. If you took the 1 minute confirmation, just pick a safe stop loss, man, and set your target. Break even is not for people who know how to trade, bro. I'm sorry. Only time I go break even is when I'm uncertain as to what's about to happen. Then that's fair. Now you're like, all right, let me protect myself because I really don't have an idea. And if that's something you can agree to, then you're basically saying that, all right, I don't know if price is going to continue to my target, so let me protect my trade. Great job. But if you're somebody who's like, oh, I know for sure, or 100% or 60%, 70% sure that price is bullish, don't move to break even. Don't move to break even. Wait, if you're afraid that you're gonna get manipulated, wait for the manipulation before you get in, right? Just like we did today, man. Today was $1 million trading session. I'm praying we hit $1 million by the time 2030 rolls around. And $1 million will probably be chump change if the markets keep this volume. Bro, we're probably one of the best streams to watch, or simply put, one of the best trading communities. We call out every single move with the best entry prices, with proper stop losses, with a good risk to reward ratio, 1.5R. The only thing left to do is just reel in those massive payouts, which I'm working on it now. I am working on it. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing myself, but I think I'm at a good pace here. It's just a matter of volume, bro. If the volume is good, I'm fine. Boom, boom, boom. This was the other traders. This was our entry here on my EVA. Got in on that slight pullback. I think it was a little bit later, probably like after it started to wick here. And then, yeah, I'll drop this in the chat. We're chilling. CH. All right, yeah, we're chilling. We are chilling, man. VIP got the best entry. My goodness. Yeah, VIP got the best entry. It's up here. Right here. I'm checking who's on the 60. All right, yeah. So we're out of here. Enjoy your weekend. If you you need to take some notes, I would rewatch the past 2 streams that we've done here. Rewatch those. Try to incorporate the details and stuff into your own trading, and tell me how that goes. But I would say most people in our group they're profitable traders. Everyone pretty much has the experience and the payouts to show for it, right? So good job. See you guys on Monday. Hopefully it's not too much drama going on next week, but Now that we're above all-time highs, I think we can start eventually looking for this pullback because it's going to be vicious, similar to that Trump tariff pullback that we had, where it just dropped thousands of points in a day. It's almost begging for that type of move to happen when you see the market race to all-time highs with no pullback. All right, cool, cool. Yeah, we're good. I'll do some journaling real quick, and then I'm out of here, guys. Let me see. Let me check the chat. What did people do? Did you guys catch anything? Hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's just funny because we saw a lot of the YouTubers taking this same trade, and most of them got stopped at break even for no reason. Hey, buddy, let me see. Let me see. All right, cool. I'm out of here, guys. If I were you guys, I would wait. If you guys are looking for a trade or something, I would wait for this all-time high to be taken, and then pay attention to the imbalances that are being left behind here. This could be your tap, pullback, and continue type of trade, because there has to be some sort of pullback. I would anticipate, right? If not, just don't trade it, because the moment you think it's safe to buy it, it'll pull back on you, and then there goes your loss on the day, right? So I would say just wait for a sweep and then a pullback. If it respects any of these areas down in here, then, just look for some sort of manipulation protocol and then try and get in, I would say. But yeah, enjoy the weekend. I will catch you guys next time. Take care. God bless. Make sure you're talking to God. I pray everybody has some sort of relationship with God, because none of this stuff really matters, right? Absolutely none of it matters. God is not going to ask you how many payouts did you get when it's your time to talk to him. It's your time to meet him. All right, so none of this really matters. This stuff helps me keep me productive. That's why I like trading. It's a very productive activity. Once you get the hang of it, you know what I mean? And you get to stick to your notes, you stick to your plan. Those are great characteristics to add to your everyday life. All the stuff that you do on the charts, it pretty much sums up how you are off the charts, right? And trading was something that helped me to just focus on myself when nobody's watching and just do the right things, right? So yeah, I pray everyone has that motivation and that productivity and that connection with God. You guys take care. We'll be back at it again next week. Let's see what we can do, man. If we could keep this going, who knows what we should expect from there. But just keep growing. Also, I meant to post earlier, there is a new account on My Funded Futures that really has my attention, and following my next payout, I will go ahead and jump into those accounts. Here, I'll post a picture of it. It's the My Funded Futures Builder account. Essentially, it has a buffer, right? Which is, I don't know how you personally feel about buffers, but if I could pick an account that didn't have a buffer, I would. But Funded Next Futures is the only accounts that don't have a buffer, and you don't have to have 5 winning days, right? So that's why I like Funded Next, and those are the only places I'm trading right now, because I learned that those 5 winning days sound simple, but in order to have 5 winning trades before you can even take one payout, and then they only give you 50% of whatever you've made, that's not for me. I love Funded Next because they're giving you, here, I don't know if you guys are familiar here, I'll just show you. They are giving you no buffer, and you only have a 40% consistency, right? So what that does is that tells you, here, we can screenshot it here. And they have 25K accounts. The price is a little bit steeper, but if you know how to trade a 25K account, you can create a 50K account by building up your drawdown on that 25K. So that's what I do, right? Instead of spending $200 on the 50K plan here, this is the best rules you'll find in the game by far for the prices, right? And they pay out in 24 hours. None of my payouts have been longer than 24 hours. And they promise that. That's their guarantee as well. So here you get max loss limit, right? End of day, which is perfect. There's no daily loss limit. So you can pass all these accounts in one trade if you would like, right? No minimum benchmark days. That means that you don't need 5 winning days on your eval or your funded. You don't need a set amount of winning days. right? There's no monthly fee. So when you pay one time, you have the entire year if you want. Take your time, make sure you pass it. No monthly renewals. All right. No stupid scaling rules. You get 2 minis on a 25K. That's you can pass any account. All you need is $1,500 to pass. All right. That's why I've been passing these accounts so quickly, because I'm doing the 25K, and then you just build up your buffer to match a 50K, right? So even though I could take a payout after, you see here, funded next funded accounts only 40%, meaning that you have to take at least 3 trades with 40% consistency. So let's say, for example, you have a 25K funded and you want to make your drawdown is 1,000. And you want to risk, me personally, on a funded account, it all depends on what phase I'm in. If I'm building my buffer, I'll go 500. I'll go $500 per trade. That's only on the A+ setups, right? Because I understand that my A+ setups, I have a really good win rate. So that's why I match my risk to my strategy. If I know my strategy is not that good, there's no reason for me to be putting $500 on a trade if I only get 1K drawdown, right? If you have a normal strategy that's pretty profitable, decent, you can do $250 per trade, which would equals 4 trades. All right, you get 4 trades to equal that 1K. And then if you're targeting 1.5 R, then that means you're making $375 per trade. All right. That right there puts you on pace. $375, which is essentially $700 every 2 wins. You'll be done with this in 4 or 5 trades, right? You'll be done with this account, your eval, in 4 or 5 trades. Me personally, I can't trade this way because my win rate is too high, right? I'll be wasting time. I can boost this to $500 and pass the account in 2 or 3 trades, right? So that's what I do. You get the 1,500 profit. Now you're funded, and you can decide either to. It's up to you. That's why I like these accounts, right? There may be times where I'm like, man, I haven't gotten a payout in a while. Let me just go ahead and get my 3 winning trades. Let's say 250, 250, 250. That's 500. That's $750. Let me trade that 750 and then withdraw. You're allowed to do that with Funded Next. You're not allowed to do that with any other prop firm. Any other prop firm is going to make you build a buffer here. So on the build accounts for my funded futures, how it works is once you build it up, so like you have to build your buffer after you're passing the account, which is, like I said, it just depends on how good the markets are. If the markets are trading like this, I don't mind building a buffer because it doesn't take much time. But we've seen the market slow down. We've seen how hard it is for the market to keep this consistent expansion going. So when it chops around, you may not want to build a buffer. You may just want to get a payout and just manage, a payout a week or payout a month type of deal, right? But in today's market, this account is better than my funded futures. I'm sorry, my Funded Next over here, because you get payouts every 48 hours. You have 1-day pass, so you can pass. And I don't think there's any consistency, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go double check. That's why I'm like, yo, the next payout I lock in here after I'm done with these, you are almost, if you're a legit trader, you have to you have to take that serious. All right, funded consistency rule. Okay, so the funded over here is 50%, which is fine. That means you can build your buffer, anything over the buffer. So with that, you get your buffer is going to be 2,000. So once I get on my funded account, pass it, you can pass in one day, whatever the case may be. Pass it, build your buffer to 2K. And then from there, you are able to take payouts every 2 days. And because you have a buffer, right, you can go big, right? So if I have a 2K buffer, there's no reason why I wouldn't go $500 or $700 trades. So I can do 2 trades, make 1,000, pull out 1,000, and it's an 80% split, right? Which is better than all the others. They're giving you 50% splits at Top Step, and people think that's good. That's not good. And you have to trade 5 winning days. You're gonna reach a slow trading week, and then anytime you take a loss, that increases that 5 winning days. So you feel me? If you go losing trade, now you need 5 winning days, plus you need to recover what you lost in those 2 losing trades. So it turns into a lot more than just 5 winning days. Nobody's gonna just wake up and have 5 winning days in a row every single week. You see what I mean? Like, so that's the trap they get you in, and I don't like it personally. That's just me. If there's other options, I'm gonna take it. These 2 are the best options right here. You don't need 5 winning days over here with the builder account. You don't need 5 winning days here. All you need is a buffer plus 2 winning days with the builder. And then all you need is a consistency of 40% plus 3 winning days over here. Like I said, these are a little more expensive. They're actually giving a discount right now. I think it's 30% off. So these are like $70, I want to say. Yeah, $70, which is unbeatable if you ask me. And then you have $200 plan, blah, blah, blah. But if you want a discount, I think they're giving 40% or 30% off. 30 to 40% off on these. If you use code ROC Trader, you get this account here. So personally, this is next up for me. Literally, the moment I get paid again, I try to buy at least 1 or 2 evals every payout. All right, keep scaling up. So these will be the ones I'm focusing on going forward, while I try and max allocate this funded next in the process. All right, well, I'll even screenshot this for later if anyone has questions. And these are the rapid accounts. These are my number 1 right now, and these will be very close number 2. And like I said, they offer 25K accounts, which can easily, the only difference, right? The only difference between this account and this account is the amount of drawdown. So once you pass it, you can build up a $2,000 buffer on your 25K account, and now you have a 50K account for the price of a 25K account. I don't know if they notice that. It's very simple to do that, but most people can't trade though, so they probably won't even pass it to begin with. It's crazy, bro. All right, but yeah, that's it. Download. That's it for today, man. Fabulous way to end this week. Hopefully you guys had a good session. downloads. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm out of here. You guys take care.